Jesus, Zinchenko and Jorginho's experience recognized as a factor that is going to take Arsenal to the triumph of the Premier League. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Welcome to the Arsenal News Show. Strictly Arsenal, and you're doing Arsenal this time around because I think we've had enough of other teams and now Arsenal fans are really thirsty for their own news in here onto the Rokani Media Football. And we come in peace. We come in peace, and the stories we are bringing to you are really just so much sourced out from credible sources that you need to go ahead and read. Also look out because this time around it's Zinchenko, Aaron Ramsdale, Jorginho, then we have a little bit of Balogun, then Tomiyasu coming out and really telling us how he's feeling after that operation and how he's getting ready to really go into rehabilitation to find himself ready for the pre-season. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this YouTube channel known as Rokani Media Football. Good morning, everyone that is watching. Hey, now, Aaron Ramsdale is the goalkeeper of Arsenal, and he has been really vocal onto the introduction or this additions of three players into that Arsenal squad. That is Zinchenko and Jesus and Jorginho. Now, this is what he had to say when he was talking to Standard Sport. He said, the additions of Jesus and Zinchenko are massive help. They've been there and done it. Jorginho now has come in January and he's been there and done it, winning every trophy other than the Premier League and the World Cup. So he's talking about the experience of these players in otherwise because the experience is immense. Though Jorginho is 31, the only two trophies not won in the game of football, the World Cup and the Premier League, and he's coming at Arsenal. He might find himself winning it at Arsenal because he signed for a team that was topping the league, and those games that they were lacking that were lacking Thomas Partey. After losing to Man City, he really came in through and really got the job done. I think if it was Samuel Albert Lokonga, it would have been a different game of football together, or El Nini, it would have been a different game of football together. But after him coming in through in the game of Man City, and they found themselves being beaten by 3-1, but Jorginho played very well, was outstanding. Then he played in the game of Aston Villa that saw Arsenal reignite their winning run. Aston Villa 4-2. Game of Leicester, it ended 4-1. Jorginho played it 90 minutes. Then they played which team they play there? Then I had to play Everton. They played Fulham. They played and very many others because they've gone 6 games unbeaten, and Jorginho has been pivotal into those positions. So right now, the experience bringing the camp of Arsenal is being appreciated by Ramsdale. You know, the goalkeeper is the overseer of every game. He sees all what is happening on the field of play because he's at the extreme end of the pitch where he can see which player is really useful to the team and how the team is really responding. Then the other players that he's talking about are Jesus and Zinchenko. For those, they've not won the World Cup. They've not won the Champions League, but they've won the Premier League, they've won the FA Cup, they've won the Community Shield, they've won the UEFA Europa League. That is Man City for you. And you see the balance that is into these three players. One has won the Champions League, UEFA Europa League, Super Cup, and the FIFA World Cup. That is Jorginho. But Jesus and Zinchenko have not won any of those, but they've won the Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. So to me, I think it's really something good to be having that trio. And that trio, obviously, to me, it's a sign of victory. It's a sign of victory. Those who really believe into the Lord God, we know that is, for the Lord, it's a Holy Trinity. For the three players that Arsenal have brought in are really having experience and really winning, that's what you call the Trinity of Jesus, Zinchenko, and Jorginho. They're really doing a great job at Arsenal, and they are going to take Arsenal miles. You know, each and every time you're having players like those around you, if you're Bukayo Saka, Odegaard, who's never lifted anything at the club level, you'll go out and really appreciate them. After appreciating them, they'll instill in you a heart of not giving up, not until the 90th whistle has been blown by the referee. So I think that's what they are bringing to the club of Arsenal, and I think Ramsdale has gone ahead to stipulate it out very well that it's really one of those unorthodox things that are really happening to Arsenal, and this season they are really on fire because of these players who came in through and we told them that these things are possible, we can lift these trophies. Let's go to the continuation of Aaron Ramsdale onto this. He went ahead to hail other players. He said, but then you also have people like Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli and Martin Odegaard who are on another level in the Premier League. Another year wiser, international experiences in the World Cup, and captain of the football club. So when you look at this other trinity, all three has talked about Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli and Martin Odegaard. Do you know what they have in common? They all have 10 goals plus in the league. So Bukayo Saka has 12. That's it. Saka has 12. Then Odegaard has 10. My man Martinelli, Gabriel Martinelli, the Brazilian. Martinelli is having 13 goals in the Premier League and has played how many games? There are 28 games with 2 assists into that team of Arsenal. So to me, I see that Ramsdale has been spot on everything I was going to hate to talk about, because after talking about the most 3 important players at Arsenal right now, Jesus, Jorginho and Zinchenko, he has gone to the next layer of players he believes are really most important at Arsenal again. After the first layer, the second layer has Saka, Odegaard and Martinelli. They are really doing a very, very wonderful job at the club of Arsenal, and obviously they've gone ahead to bang in goals, create assists like Bukayo Saka, 12 goals and 10 assists. That is Bukayo Saka for you. Then Odegaard, 6 assists and 10 goals. Martinelli, 13 goals and 2 assists in the Premier League. It shows you that the even distribution of those goals has given Arsenal a chance to really overtake Man City. Why? Man City are really having Erling Haaland, who is really scoring most of their goals. So out of the 60-something goals they've scored, Haaland has gone ahead to score 28 of those in the league. Now again, Ramsdale came in through and really talked about the pressure. He said, some people like the pressure of being number 1 and getting chased. For me, I'm going out there with a group of friends with a smile on my face, just going through the emotions and playing on autopilot. All right. I think the pressure they're talking about is being a number 1 goalkeeper at a club like Arsenal and not letting in goals and having kept close to 13 clean sheets at the club of Arsenal. So he doesn't feel the pressure because he knows he's playing with his friends, and he always has a smile on his face because he knows that that's the only way you're going to go ahead and really take off the stress that maybe the fans of the opposition team that you're facing are really going to come in and really cause onto your side. Now, Takahiro Tomiyasu is one of those players that found himself out injured, and he has gone ahead to put out this message via his Instagram. He has said, heads up and stay positive. I believe that this is the opportunity to be a better person and player. Thank you for your messages and support. See you soon. That is Takahiro Tomiyasu. And I think his fellow Arsenal players have gone ahead to instill a lot of energy in him that's going to get back, especially Jesus Gabriel, who has always been out for 3 months for the same injury. You get? Jesus found himself injured in the game of Cameroon versus Brazil, and he just put himself in a situation of getting a surgery that kept him out for 3 months, meaning that Tomiyasu is hearing from the best person to give him the motivation that he deserves, because he's also suffering from a knee injury. He underwent a successful operation in London, and here we go. We are waiting to see how he pans out to come in through and really do the needful for Arsenal. And that's going to be in the summer. After this season, that's when he's going to return. But right now, don't expect Tomiyasu to return, and Mikel Arteta has some tough decisions to make on to whether to switch Ben White to the central defense and play Thomas Partey as a right back, then Jorginho as a CDM, or to use Rob Holding as a central defender, and obviously Ben White playing into the right back position. So that's it from Aaron Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, and what he said about those players. Now let's go to this young man, Florin Balogun, who is scoring for fun and obviously putting in those goals at the back of the net every time he's given a chance to play. He has talked about his future because his future at Arsenal is uncertain. Tomorrow I'm bringing you a story that has seen Arsenal being linked to Benanka again, and they are willing to really use him as a make weight. So this is what he had to say about his future because it's uncertain. He said the following: there are talks that need to take place, and it's not a decision that will only be with me. The club will let me know their point of view, and I'm sure we will come to an agreement. It's nice that Arteta is watching what's going on. And when he talks about Mikel Arteta watching what is going on, obviously he's the top scorer in the in League One right now, as he's having 17 goals. That is for Florin Balogun. Sorry about that. Florin Balogun is having those number of goals, but him having those number of goals has sent a lot of pressure, or put a lot of pressure onto the scouting team of Arsenal, the managerial team of Arsenal, and the technical department, because they're in between the hard place and the Brucey, because the hard place and a rock, because he's telling the Arsenal team that I can get in there and do the job. But remember, Arsenal are looking in for a centre forward who is really experienced. Or maybe getting Mitoma, and Trossard remains a centre forward to compete with Jesus and Eddie Nketiah. So that's what is happening down for Florin Balogun. But talking about his future to be resolved, and Mikel Arteta is watching everything, then the club will have to give him their word. And it comes in at the perfect time when it's the top scorer of the League One, and then he's really asking in for very many things that he needs to know about his future in there for you at Arsenal. No reason to stay at Arsenal if at all his future is not going to be secured very, very soon. Then Thierry Henry met him one day playing Monaco, and this is what he had to tell him, and obviously they kept talking to one another. Thierry Henry, Balogun said the following on Thierry Henry: funnily enough, he messaged me words of encouragement before the Monaco game. I scored the winner, and then we messaged after the game. It's nice to work. It's nice to get to know him on a personal level. I'm asking him questions, and he's helping me a lot. So I think he's learning from the best. You know, if you watch Thierry Henry way back when he was playing for Arsenal, he was one of the best forwards in the world, and he single-handedly took Arsenal to the finales of the UEFA Champions League, though Arsenal was really destroyed that year, obviously, by Barcelona, and that game ended 2-1 in favor of Barcelona. But if at all you were to come in and really listen to the advice of a person who has ever done it, I think Thierry Henry has done it on several occasions down there in his football career at Arsenal, Barcelona, and very many others. Now, Thomas Partey is taking part in the Ghanaian national team training, and I know most of you are really worried about him, but trust me, he went with the physio of Arsenal to see to it that he doesn't get anything wrong, and that is Thomas Partey. As you see him there taking part in the training sessions of Ghana as they take ready to play a team which goes by the name of Hungary. This is Thomas Partey. As you see him there, trying to do the needful and obviously find himself in unison with his fellow players, because Ghana is really one of those strong nations in Africa that are going ahead to play some good football, but they found themselves knocked out of the World Cup. Now it's the it's the Champions League. It's the UEFA, not the UEFA. It's the CAF. It's the CAF African Cup of Nations. So that's what he's doing down there, and he's going to play that double tie against Angola down in Kumasi and in Angola. So guys, your thoughts onto Jesus Zinchenko Jorginho experience taking Arsenal to Premier League title? Then what do you think about Florin Balogun? A move out of Italy, or he stays? A move out of France, or he stays, because very many teams are really interested in him. And may The Your Man bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later. Rokani David remains my name. Your reaction to those stories are welcome in the comment section below. And I cannot stop thanking you for always subscribing to this channel, so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I'm out for now. See you later. Good morning.